back.
Hey guys, welcome to the Late Night Lake Show podcast. It is your hosts, RJ and Danny. Danny, it was the night before free agency, and all through the house, Woj said the cap space was full. But guess what? We cleared house. What's happening, baby? What's going on, man? How you feeling,
cleared out. I feel like every time we're linking up now, I have to keep breaking emergency glass, and I can't keep doing that because there's going to be glass all over the floor. So this is insane.
There is glass all over the floor.
It's amazing how we get to shattered every time we link up with all these breaking news hits. We got some money to play with, man. We got $32 million to play with. We got house money now. You know, we went to the casino with just a little bit over, what was it, 23 mil? And now we got 32, a little come up.
According to Woj, they brought us down all the way to like 18 or some stupid ass number like that.
I didn't get that either. I don't know if he thinks like trades won't clear or the money on the books isn't enough, but I don't think we were ever supposed to have anything less than 23.
Yeah, no, man, forget all of that.
Anyway,
let's just get us set up, and then we just go cut through and do what we do best, right? Make sure you follow Danny, _Dan. Make sure you follow me, Mr. Ricky Spanish. We're just going to hop right into the show. All these couple of shows, last show, this show, probably the next show, it's going to be a little bit informal. It's going to be a little bit more of a freestyle because we are in the craziest time of year right now. But we're sitting here. Tweets are flying in as we speak. It was reported by Adrian Wojnarowski about 5 minutes ago that Anthony Davis is going to waive his trade kicker for $4 million. Danny, I don't know if you remember, but I'm old enough to remember last episode of Late Night Lake Show where I stood on a mountaintop and preached that Anthony Davis was going to do that if a big baller was stepping into the building. Danny, are you giving up $4 million unless you know exactly what you want to happen is going to happen?
I mean, if I'm me right now in the situation, I'll take the $4 million. If I'm Anthony Davis and I get all that did you hear what Shannon Sharp said? He said, "Oh, you're working with Space Jam 2 with LeBron. Don't worry about it. Waive the $4 million. We'll tell Warner Brothers to get you $5 million. So don't even worry about it." So it was bound to happen. No matter how you slice it, Anthony Davis is going to make so much money within the next 2 years that $4 million is going to be like $20 to him at this case. I know, you get $4 million. $4 million is still that kind of amount of money, but a guy like Anthony Davis is chump change. Warner Brothers go out and get you $5 million right now.
Warner Brothers go and get you $5 million, man. Pringles, or who is he with? He's with Ruffles. Ruffles will go and get him a couple of million. Man, we're just at a point right now where I'm kind of getting tired of being proven right. I talk a lot of shit on this podcast, Danny. You kind of keep it a little level-headed with your takes. I tend to step out there and go out a limb. But God damn it, man, if I'm not proven right by this and saying that if somebody is going to give up that amount of money, that obviously they expect for things to work in their favor. These are very wealthy athletes. Anthony Davis is building a platform, building an empire. At the end of the day, $4 million is still $4 million, but that $4 million hurts a lot less when you go and put another Bugatti in the driveway, when you go and put another Maserati in the driveway. The Lakers currently have 3. The Lakers currently have a 2013 Bentley in LeBron. I think that's fair to say. I don't really know cars like that, but I'm going to say he's a 2013 Bentley. Anthony Davis is your 2020 Tesla Roadster, right? That is fresh on the market. Everybody wanted it. It just costs a lot, right? Yeah. Kawhi Leonard is some goddamn car that I can't even think of right now because it's so far out there in the future. You put all those 3 in your driveway, Danny. You put them all out on a nice summer day.
Yeah, you're gonna
all
be set
nice
for a
and
while.
washed and sitting there. People gonna look and they're gonna be like, damn, how nice it would be to be them. That's what we're currently looking at right now. So the Lakers are officially have $32 million in cap space. Like we said, they made a trade with the Washington Wizards. They went ahead and traded Mo Wagner, who, funny enough, the Wizards drafted and traded to the Lakers, right? You remember that on draft day?
Yeah.
Isaac Bonga and Jamario Jones contract. So we can wrap all that up adios, Mo, and your suspect tweets. Isaac, I feel like Lakers fans kind of treated them as like his little pet project. A little weird, people's relationship with him and how much they fell in love with him. But I get it. It was the youngest NBA draft pick ever. Cool.
Yeah.
Jamario Jones, best of luck to him. I hope he gets his crack at the league and makes a name for himself.
One high note of Jamario Jones. He got some high praise from Lou Williams. I don't know if you saw that video when he was on a podcast.
I did, yeah.
He said he had some really tough defense that he puts the clamps on. So he could be somewhat of a valuable defender off a bench on a team like Washington or somewhat. But, best of luck to those guys, man. They're going to a new place. Hopefully they get their chance and opportunity to shine.
Right. Let's talk about Chris Haynes' most recent tweet that just dropped right now. Like we said, guys, we're getting this as it's coming in, and we're just reporting it out and talking to you guys how we feel about it. Chris Haynes is reporting that Kawhi Leonard intends to meet with the Lakers and Clippers once free agency hits. I'm going to just let that marinate for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I was told last week by Woj, the Lakers were never getting Kawhi. Never. But this is also the Woj that's contradicting the Woj that I talked about last year after the Lakers signed LeBron James. He quote tweeted his own tweet and said that Kawhi is still focused on the Lakers. This is when he demanded his trade. Woj is getting a lot of heat right now, and he's being, drug out for a beating by a Lakers fan. I'm not really here to continue to pile up on it. If you want to see my Woj slander, go to my Twitter. It's pretty entertaining. I'm dialing it back. Everyone's saying I'm getting a little too much with it. But, man, if you don't like it, this is America. You don't have to look at my tweets. You don't have to follow me. This is not some propaganda network where it's going to be on. We have 120 listeners on Late Night Lake Show. I'm assuming
121.
I'm assuming about 80 to 90 of them listen to every episode, hopefully, right? If you don't get down with what I'm saying, do not subscribe, do not follow, do not stream the show, please. I sleep just as fine at night. Anyways. And so I guess to the larger point, so does Woj, right? Like the stuff that people on NBA Twitter or on social media and they talk about, and, they argue between each other about it. Like I would hope at Woj's level that he's a little too busy to even be looking at his Twitter comments or people that are not his colleagues in the industry. I assume that he is. So I guess my larger point is he's a big boy. He could take it. Danny, when we come back from the break, I want to know your thoughts on what the Lakers are going to do with that $32 million in cap space. Are they going to use it on one player? There was talks about D'Angelo Russell, which I would not acknowledge when you tweeted me about. I'm not talking about that shit, but I guess we're going to talk about it. Or are we going to break it up and go get a bunch of complimentary pieces to fit around AD and LeBron? Late Night Lake Show. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, it's Ricky. I'm sorry for interrupting the podcast. We'll get you right back to the Late Night Lake Show. I'm just checking in. You guys need anything? Beverage perhaps? How about an Any Day Rosé? What? You still haven't tried Any Day Rosé? What have we been talking about all season one? We in season 2 now. You know the drill. West Coast apples, citrus hops, rosé wine, and Cascade. Right there in the heart of Central Wine Region in Paso Robles, California. 6.9% alcohol. You know how close that is to 7 for some Any Day Rosé? All right, let's just get right to the chase. So I got to remind you guys, anydayrosé.com/anchor. Type in the code anchor, get you 15% off. I'm still hooking you up with that. Come on. We celebrating all summer in Lakeland. Let's get it. Any Day Rosé. Please drink responsibly, though. Peace.
All right, Danny, we're back. I did a lot of talking in the first segment. Need you to talk to me. I need you to talk to me about, one, What do you think the Lakers are going to do now that they have opened up that $32 million in cap space?
Uh-huh.
And 2, what do you want them to do? Floor is yours.
Yeah, 32 million is a lot. Like I said earlier, we have money to play with now. And I've always been an advocate when this comes to this free agency is you might not need 3 to 4 all world NBA players to win a title. Obviously you could do it, but what's the rest of your roster going to look like, right? You got 32 million. Now, if we sign, let's say, for example, a guy like Kawhi Leonard, we're probably going to sign him to at least 28 to 29 million of that 32. And it leaves you with 2 to 3 million left to play with. You throw a minimum contract here and there's your roster. Bada bing, bada boom, get some mid-level exceptions, probably maybe go over the luxury tax. But in my opinion, honestly, I think what the Lakers are going to do is try to go for pieces to fill out Toronto style. That's what they're going to look to do. They've seen the success. They've seen what the Raptors have done. And at this point, it could be a copycat league. You might see this as a trend throughout the NBA again, and kind of makes the NBA a little more level-headed with the competition, I'm assuming. But what I would do with the 32 is I would sign a guy like D'Angelo Russell, who I did mention to you a few episodes back, and I asked you, I said, Kemba or D'Angelo? Do you remember when I asked you Kemba or D'Angelo?
Yeah, and what I said D'Angelo. You phrased it, and then I thought about it, and I was like, you're right.
You thought about it, and you're like, are we even going to chase that guy? Is he even going to want to come back? And there's strong interest for a guy like D'Angelo Russell to come back, prove his point. Magic's not in office anymore. Magic's not there. He's there as a support figure to the Lakers, but he already proved his case. Magic, you done messed up. Now I'm going to prove it back to you when I join the Lakers. I think what the Lakers do is sign D'Angelo Russell to at most a $20 to $21 million. And then you got some money to play with. You could throw money at a guy like Brook Lopez if he's not going to take too much of what the remaining salary would be. Maybe you get him on a nice little discount because of what he's going to bring to the table. And he is from LA. He loves playing for the Lakers. If we don't go after him, we can go after 2 pieces. And an interesting guy I would like to see next to D'Angelo Russell coming in is another guy who's a shooter like Bojan Bogdanovic that played for the Pacers. Now, if we can get him to 12 mil and you get D'Angelo Russell at right around 20, that's your 32. And those are 2 viable guys who can play. Now, if we don't get Bojan because of the pricing, you can do, like what I said, Brook Lopez and potentially a Danny Green. If we can get those 3 guys, so we get Russell, Lopez, Green, I think that's an awesome trio to add on to the Lakers roster. Valuable pieces, veteran guys, and guys who've played in big games before. And you got a guy with D'Angelo Russell who's only 23 years old that you can build with in the future, and it's kind of like a full circle. The Lakers got the guy they originally drafted. So those are the pieces I'm looking for, and then you can fill out the roster with little mid-level exceptions, veteran minimums, things of that nature. But if you're going to chase after a big star, Ricky, I'm sure you're alluding to this, go after the biggest fish in the sea, right? Go after Kawhi Leonard. Be all in with Kawhi Leonard. Because anyone else who's not named Kawhi Leonard, to me, isn't worth giving. Because Kevin Durant's injured, obviously. Klay Thompson, he's coming off an injury as well, and I don't think he's coming to the Lakers. You got to go all in with Kawhi at this point. Make a whole campaign. Go after Kawhi Leonard if you're going to do it. Don't waste your time with any other of these other kind of stars. Go after Kawhi.
Adrian Wojnarowski just tweeted, free agent Kawhi Leonard is expected to allow the Toronto Raptors to make the final meeting presentation among the teams visiting with him in Los Angeles next week. League sources tell ESPN. Okay. The incumbent often prefers to go last in trying to convince a player to stay with the team. Bro, he still will not admit that the Lakers are getting a meeting. I am flabbergasted.
No. Okay, we might get a combo meeting. It might be, okay, he's meeting with the Lakers one day and the next day he meets with the Clippers. Totally understandable. They're both in the same building.
No, it's established. Chris Haynes is way, way, way certified. If he says the Lakers are getting a meeting, that's it. Yeah, Lakers are getting a meeting. I'm just cackling to myself at
but here's the thing.
Woj's refusal of acknowledging that they're coming at big dogs. Lovely soliloquy you just drew about filling out the roster with the likes of Brook Lopez and D'Angelo Russell. But I don't think Anthony Davis waives that for Brook Lopez and D'Angelo Russell.
I totally understand that too. That's what I'm saying. If you're going to go chase after the big fish in the sea, if you're going to go get the best player in the world currently at this moment, you go get Kawhi Leonard. There's no other player I'd look for. If I have the money and I know I can get this guy and he is from LA and he wants to be in LA too with this meeting and we can give him the best overall presentation, you bring a guy like LeBron in the room, you bring Anthony Davis, you throw another couple guys in the room as well, and just pitch the ultimate pitch to him. Don't try to make a beat around the bush. Say we want him.
You got Who are you putting in that Kawhi meeting? Who are you putting in that Kawhi meeting?
I'm putting Kobe in there, straight up. I'm putting Kobe in there. You put Kobe in there, you might bring even Shaq in there. You get some legends. You bring LeBron. You make him feel welcome to the Laker family. And this isn't like you're bringing in Dwight Howard, a guy who was a 1-year rental, and we did a trade, and he truly doesn't even want to be one of the next greats. This guy is one of the greats right now, and he's going to continue to be great. And he's from LA. He wants to be a LA great forever. Imagine if you go down as one of the greatest Lakers ever in Kawhi Leonard. He's 27 now. Let's say he plays till he's 34. In those 7 years, they win a few chips. Damn, man. I mean, he's going to have a great career with the Lakers.
That's fantastic. If that's the case.
But
we're deep sea fishing, Danny. Get out the big reel.
I'm not bringing in Kyrie. I'm just saying right now, I'm not bringing in Kyrie.
That means let's do this real quick for the one time. Let's go through the list of players we think have decided on their destination so far. It sounds like Kyrie and KD are on their way to the Nets. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with Kyrie going to the Nets. KD, to me, is still a toss-up between Golden State because he can make the most money possible with Golden State. At the end of the 2023 year, he can make $50.5 million. Do I have to repeat myself? He can make $50.3 million in one season at the end of the 2023 year if he signs that full max with the Golden State Warriors.
KD's gonna do what KD does and do his. He's gonna do his 1+1s until he can maximize that value.
That just makes sense. Just if you're gonna do that, just sounds. Anyway, next player.
Right. Kemba Walker seems to be on his way to Boston now that Kyrie is out of the building.
Cool.
Thoughts on that?
Let's just get a little bit older, watered down version of Kyrie Irving. Ooh. I mean, it could work.
Oh, my God. He said Kyrie Light. The bottle's been open and sat out for a couple of weeks.
I like Kemba Walker a lot. I'm actually a big
Diet Kyrie.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to go after a guy that's very similar to the guy you just had with probably, honestly, a better attitude, but just slightly less shot making ability, fine. Take what you can get. Kemba Walker's awesome. I wouldn't mind seeing him in LA either, but for the amount of money that he kind of wants, not really worth it. Next, are we looking at guys now like Klay Thompson, Jimmy Butler? Are we looking?
Oh, I could throw Klay Thompson in as a pretty sure that the Warriors will be knocking on his door as soon as they can.
Did you hear what he said though? If they don't offer him away.
Oh my God. If you guys don't offer me the max, I'm going to go sign elsewhere. Yeah, that's what they're supposed to come out and say. That sounds like his agent doing its job. In case they want to get it sweet or think shit was sweet. That's what they're supposed to do. Finger on the button. Hell, I bet you all of this about Boston and Kemba is because MJ's not giving Kemba the max. If MJ was talking about giving Kemba the max.
Didn't they openly say we were going to give him the $200 million?
They might, but they're not close right now is what I read today.
Damn, that's petty. Close. That's so petty.
And I don't even necessarily. I mean, who is Michael Jordan going to use that cap space on? Yeah, I guess would be my question.
Resign Michael Kidd-Gilchrist for the next six seasons.
I'm sorry. Michael Jordan and Mitch Kupchak. What are they going to use that cap space on? I have no idea. God. No, I think Kemba is worth the max to Charlotte and no one else. But I guess the Boston max, 144 for 4, that makes sense too. So,
you get more. You get a lot of money in smaller chunks. Yeah,
they had to. Boston. This is probably this is their best case scenario for what has already happened to them, and I've been laughing on the grave ever since. But they will be contenders in the East if Kawhi decides to come to LA.
What about a guy like Jimmy Butler?
If Philly gives Jimmy the max. then Jimmy stays in Philly. All this Houston talk is fascinating. Let's just talk about that for a second. Like, if Daryl, first of all, Daryl Morey is a psychopath, and I love it. This is what we talk about on the show. I kind of find a little bit of beauty in in movies, like the evil villains, kind of their plan. If there's tastefulness and there's art to how they go about executing their plan, I can acknowledge that and I can recognize, the devil's in the details, right? Yeah. Daryl Morey is a little bit of a mad scientist in real life, trying to throw together combinations of talents. Jimmy Butler, Chris Paul, and James Harden. Will that work?
That's a fun locker room, isn't it? That's just a really fun locker room. You got one guy who's pushing 35 years old, making more money than everybody on the team, telling that, we got to do it this way. And then you got a guy like James Harden who's very kind of passive aggressive with his motions and movements and how he doesn't really kind of speak up when things are rising as a leader. And then you got a guy like Jimmy Butler who thinks he's a top 3 to 5 player in the world, in the league, that's going to speak out. Oh, God, the practices would be amazing. I would just love to hear those. Go ahead, Daryl Morey. Actually, Daryl Morey, pull the trigger. Ship everyone. Bring Butler. I want to see this TV series. It's kind of going to be like Hard Knocks, but with NBA.
Yeah, we need the NBA Hard Knocks version for the Houston Rockets. That'd be fantastic.
Oh, God. Can you just imagine? Jeez.
So, all right. Well, I would say this. If Jimmy came to the Rockets and KD left the Warriors and Clay was re-signed and doesn't come back until around February, why wouldn't the Rockets be in contention? They'll be in contention. They're just a house of fireworks ready to explode at any time.
I totally agree. I totally agree with you.
It could be the most beautiful disaster I think we would ever see in NBA history. Almost to the fact of our 03 Lakers with Karl Malone, Gary Payton.
What about our 2012 Lakers? Huh.
Yeah, our 2012 Lakers. God, yeah, we sure know how to put together some entertaining but dysfunctional squads out there. But all right, we're running a little short on time. Danny, I want your final prediction. This is the night before.
What's up? Okay.
Who is the first person that signs with the Lakers when free agency starts?
Anyone? The first person, honestly, it's gonna sound the first person. Wow, that's a good question. Because are we talking? Okay, I'm gonna break this question down a little further. I know you said anyone, but are we talking like the 1-year deal that just bring them back, or just in general? Like, what? Give me one more parameter. Give me another parameter.
Like, so Alex Caruso, the Lakers picked up his option. They can renounce his rights to free up that cap space. That was announced, I think, last night or today. Okay. But so after that,
the first
anyone that signs with the Los Angeles Lakers that currently was not signed to a contract with them.
Okay. I'm going to say D'Angelo Russell.
Wow.
I'm going to say
you really drank the Kool-Aid, huh?
I did. The only reason why I'm saying this is because, like, I'm not – when he first got drafted and before he traded, I thought, Lonzo Ball is our future. We didn't really need D'Angelo Russell. I didn't think he wasn't mature enough to be the point guard for the Los Angeles Lakers and handle himself. You had the whole scuffle with Swaggy P. I think everything comes full circle. It's just the nature of the I don't know what it is about this signing that I like so much. Maybe because he's an emerging star and he's only 23. He's got himself in really good shape, put in all the work necessary. But I think coming back to LA proves his point. Like, I was never a bad player. I just didn't have the right mindset. And I think now that what he's bringing to the table and what he's done with a team like Brooklyn, who steadily increased their wins from this first season to this next season, and then he, took them to the playoffs, got an all-star appearance. This is their first signing. I say they go after D'Angelo Russell and fill out the roster that way. Unless they have a blowout, amazing meeting with Kawhi Leonard, and he just puts the the ink on the paper right away. I'm going to say D'Angelo Russell gets signed.
Wow.
That's
after all of this, it's almost like you don't listen to the Late Night Lake Show, Danny.
Kind of.
It's almost like you don't talk to your co-host. The first person that will sign with the Los Angeles Lakers once free agency hits will probably be Kawhi Leonard, man.
Wow.
And I think
you're really going.
And I don't
that.
think it happens as soon as free agency starts. Obviously, he needs to take the meetings, right? So you assume he'll do one a day. And then he said the Woj had tweeted out the Raptors will get the last meeting. So I would assume that's 3 days, right?
Yeah.
You know, I think we'll know something probably Wednesday, you know, Tuesday or Wednesday. He'll probably take his meetings through the weekend and maybe going into Monday. I think Kawhi's not going to take very, very long to make a decision. And then he's just going to make his decision. And nothing is going to move as far as Kawhi and the teams that are after him are concerned. So the Raptors won't make a move. The Clippers won't make a move. And the Lakers won't make a move. I think Jimmy gets signed up then. I think that Kyrie makes his decision independent of Kawhi. I think KD makes his decision independent of Kawhi. I think Kemba ends up with Boston independent of Kawhi. And really, it's all about, will you see those secondary pieces, your JJ Redicks, your Pat Beverleys, will they start signing before Kawhi makes a decision? Like, you remember when LeBron was making his first and second decisions about leaving teams? No free agency activity happened. Like, very, very minimal did. Yeah. It's because everybody was waiting to see what LeBron did.
Yeah. It's what the market dictates. Yeah, of course.
Right. But I think because of the how many teams have cap space and how many players are going to be free agents, it's like, yeah, playing with Kawhi and on the Lakers would be great, but we're not holding our breaths and missing out on other meals, right? Pat Beverly's going to get the biggest bag he possibly get. Doesn't matter if it's in Orlando, Portland, or Nebraska. Yeah. You know, so definitely. I think the Lakers are all in on the Kawhi sweepstakes. I think that the Nets would have to, depending on how quickly Kyrie commits, would have to renounce D'Lo, or if D'Lo signs an offer sheet, take up to 3 days to match it. That could be a couple of days, right? Yeah. So I don't think we're gonna get like fireworks right away. The fireworks are happening right now, as far as reports of meetings coming out and who's going to be working with who with the timing of these meetings and how much the Lakers cap space opened up, bitch. But anyways, that's why I think the excitement's going to be in the rumors, not the reports, as far as the Lakers in these next couple of days. So
to break that down a little further, real quick, best case scenario for you is Kawhi. Worst case scenario, what is it?
Worst case scenario, man, all those players decide not to wait for a Kawhi answer, and they end up going after, it's not an awful idea, but a Darren Collison, or the Lakers start getting linked to Ricky Rubio or some player like that. Like, that's when I start to dip into the shit. Yeah, okay. There wasn't too much behind door number 3 and 4 and 5 as far as the Lakers' plans. They were going deep sea fishing, or they were coming up empty handed. So hopefully I'm wrong. Like we said, Rob's got a closet of Rubik's cubes. But I honestly think, Danny, AD doesn't waive that money unless he knows that's going to be paid back in tenfold. So,
well, that's another thing. He gave the number, or he gave the $4 million. Now, did you hear that LeBron's giving up his 23 jersey to him?
I did hear that. How nice of LeBron. I wonder if it cost him $4 million, or did it cost Warner Brothers a couple of mil on the side? But that's pretty cool. Shows how committed he is, and shows how much he's down for AD and how cool they are.
Is he bringing back number 6?
You got to. He's got to be 6 God. That's what it looks like. Somebody's taking pictures of him on the set of Space Jam, and he was number 6. So it makes the most sense, right?
Yeah, it could. I don't think I could see LeBron wearing any other number besides those two. Right. Even his Olympic number was 6. So, yeah, that makes sense.
Makes sense to me. All right, guys, shorter podcast. We got to run. I'm on my way to a art gala. Danny should be working right now, but we had to talk Lakers basketball. So for Base Dan, Mr. Ricky Spanish, follow us online, Late Night Lake Show. So take us out. we will be speaking soon. That was kind of Count Chocula laugh right there, Dan.
I like
it's all
that.
good.
I like that. I like that.
Peace.
We don't get it poppin' like I tell you. We don't get it poppin' like I tell you.